Many Americans have seen their lives turned up, but in recent years, we've seen a number of problems with the food making its way to our kitchen. Firm that lesson than it is today, at a time when we face tests and trials unlike any that we've seen in our time. An economic crisis that recognizes no border. While there remains a great deal of difficult work ahead, I'm heartened by what we've seen these past few days. A willingness of those with different points of view and disparate interests to come together around common goals, to embrace a shared sense of responsibility and make historic progress. Millions of Americans have seen their life savings erode. Families have been devastated by job losses. Businesses, large and small, have closed their doors. And for more than 3 decades, we have seen that dependence grow. And I know that once you've seen enough ads and heard enough people yelling on TV, you might begin to wonder whether there's a grain of truth to what they're saying. So let's time when folks are experiencing real hardship, after years in which we've seen so many fail to take responsibility for our collective future, it's important to keep our eyes fixed on that horizon. What you haven't seen, because it's not as exciting, are the many constructive meetings going on all over the country where Americans are airing their hopes and concerns about this very important issue. When I took office 8 months ago, our nation was in the midst of an economic crisis unlike any we'd seen in generations. We've seen industry insiders and their apologists citing these studies as proof of claims that just aren't true. We've acted aggressively to jumpstart credit for families and businesses, including small businesses, which have seen an increase in lending of 73%. But too many of our neighbors are still out of work because the growth we've seen hasn't yet translated into all the jobs we need. Target the abuses we've seen and leave us less exposed to the kind of breakdown we just experienced. They would bring new transparency and accountability to the financial market. Extraordinary recession that still has so many Americans hurting. Parents without a job who struggled to put presents under the Christmas tree. Families and neighbors who've seen their homes foreclosed. And folks wondering what the new year will bring. But even in these tough times, there's still so much. But what we have seen over the past 2 years is that without reasonable and clear rules to check abuse and protect families, markets don't function freely. Year after year, we've seen billions of taxpayer dollars handed out as subsidies to bankers and middlemen who handle federal student loans, when that money should have gone to advancing the dreams of our students and working families. We'd also close loopholes to stop the kind of recklessness and irresponsibility that we've seen. It's how we'll help to put an end to the cycle of boom and bust that we've seen.